everyone, this is Nikki Rowland, and today I have a layout, no I don't, I have a mini book for Hip Kit Club. Happy New Year, by the way. Today is a mood board inspired layout, and I decided to go for a mini album rather than a layout today. The reason for that was because my additional challenge for today was to use the set of journaling bits. Now they are in the main kit, and they're a whole set of envelopes and pockets and things with tags and labels. When I looked through them, I just thought, you know, they're crying out to be made into a mini album, really. And to be honest, I didn't really have specific photos. Normally when I do a mini album, I normally have a set of photos of a particular event. I didn't really have that this time, but what inspired me was some of the words on the ephemera and the journaling bits, and on the chipboard stickers, in particular the tag that said "Our Happy Place," and then the word "home" on one of the chipboard stickers is a house shape, and it has "home" written across the top. So it just made me think that this year in particular we have been home a lot more than normal. It is a Christmas like no other for us. We're normally away in sunny Florida with my parents, and this year we were at home, not in Florida. So yeah, it was a very different Christmas to normal. We spent a lot of time at home. We are just finding simple joys in everyday life at home, because we can't go out and do anything. There's nothing open. Yeah, things are a little bit different to what they would normally be. So I thought I would do a little book documenting all the little things that we have done around our house this year over the Christmas period. Like things like the decorations that I have up. I don't usually document them. The things we've done, like puzzles and Lego and baking and crafting and all of those kind of things. So it was just a nice little book that I got together a collection of photos from the month that summed that up really quite nicely. So anyway, let me talk to you about how I'm actually making the book rather than the reasons behind making it. I started off with all of those lovely journaling bits, and I layered them all up together. As in, I piled them on top of each other, almost in size order, not quite, but almost. I made them into a mini book by creating little hidden hinges or flaps is probably not the best word. So basically I took a small piece of vellum, so 1 inch wide, and as tall as I needed it to be for what I was going to attach it to, and I sandwiched those pieces of vellum in between two pieces of paper effectively. So for example, the tag on the front, I had a tag that says "Our Happy Place" on the front, and then on the back it was plain, so I added a piece, no it wasn't, it had some yellow on, I think, but I needed to something to go on the back to sandwich between the piece of vellum. So I cut a piece of card the same size as the tag, put the vellum in between with the other piece. I folded the vellum in half, so it's 1 inch wide, so I folded it in half, so I've got a hinged piece that is 1/2 inch wide effectively, and the first 1/2 inch I sandwich between those two pieces of card, and then I have the other piece out, so you can see me doing it there. And then to attach it to the next page, I just sandwich that one in between the next two pieces, and then at that point I have to also add another one so that I can add another page effectively. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Hopefully you can pick it up from what I'm doing on the video. It is a really straightforward concept, really super easy. If you were to get 2 pieces of cardstock or 2 journaling cards, that works really well with journaling cards, the same size, and create these little folds of paper or vellum, and you just can connect the pages together in that way, and it's a really easy way to create a lovely spine that you can't even, this is because it's vellum, you can't even see it. It looks like it's been held together by nothing, there's nothing there. So yeah, so that's the way I have got the book together. Of course, by the time I get the photos in, it's not as flat as it looks. So I hope my adhesive holds up. I can't sew. Normally I would sew things in place, but I haven't done here. I've just sandwiched the two pieces together and with tape, so hopefully it will hold. So I'm going through the whole book. So every piece that I'm doing, I'm making sure that I have a backing. There we go. I'm putting another hinge on there, you can see, and now I'm going to put the backing over the top of it, and I've left the other piece over to the right hand side. So then when I attach the next one, I need to stick that onto the next one, and then I need to cover it up with something. That is my final page, that one there, so I don't need another hinge to be sticking out for the next page. I can just cover that up with another journaling card. So okay, that's that. So that is my album kind of almost made, really. The little tag on the front, I added some pom-pom trim on the right hand side. I'm going to add some ribbon in the top section. I want to decorate the front of the book as well. Oh, there we go. I'm just going through what I've done so far. It's a very basic model of the book at the moment because it has no photos in, but it is all assembled and together. I just need to work out what's going in each pocket and work that out. Oh, this back page here, I just wanted to touch on that that one from the journaling bit had a background on it that didn't really go with the rest of the colour scheme I was going for. Of course, I'm inspired by the colours on the mood board as well, and it had some warmer tones in that didn't really work. So I've just covered that up with a different journaling card, and that solved that problem straight away, because initially I thought, oh, I won't use it, but that seemed a shame. So I just adapted it to fit what I wanted. So okay, going back onto my front cover now, I have included some snowflakes. That is inspired by the mood board. There are lots of snow and snowflakes and chilly looking scenes on that mood board, so I'm definitely been inspired by that. I wanted to make this book kind of feel wintry. The black and white ribbon, again, I've taken that from the mood board. There's a scene with fireworks and against the black sky, so the black has been brought in from there. Yeah, the snowflakes are there. Then also the whole thing is inspired by home and Our Happy Place. So on the mood board again, there was a window which signifies to me like a house. So I got my inspiration for that from the mood board as well. And then I'm also going to add in some cozy looking socks onto the front cover too. They are a piece of ephemera, and again on the mood board we have lots of cozy looking images. There aren't any actual socks on there, but there's gloves and there's boots, cozy boots. So I think that that's definitely okay, definitely inspired by the mood board there. So just wanted to touch on what I did with the top of the ribbon there. So I have tied my tag through with some black and white ribbon. Instead of tying it in a knot, I have got some silver thread and tied that around the ribbon itself to give it that pinch at the top and to hold it in place. So rather than loop it through, I've done it slightly differently and tied the silver ribbon in a bow, and then I've applied a little bit of glue to the knot on that bow so it doesn't come undone. I've also trimmed the top of the ribbon at an angle and added some wet adhesive, or it's just regular PVA glue, across the top section of the ribbon as well, and that's just to stop it from fraying. So I do that a lot on my ribbons. This one is a chevron ribbon, so it's really does fray a lot. So that's just a little tip there about to stop your ribbons from fraying. Okay, so just adding a bow. There are bows on the mood board. They are laces that are in a bow rather than the lovely full bow that I've got going on, but I think that's okay. So I'm just using one of those. I love bows, they're one of my favourite things, and there's a whole set of them this month in the December kits that are the ones that you assemble. So I'm using that there on my front cover. I really love our happy place. I think it's really super duper cute. I've added some stitching around the outside of this tag as well when I stitched the pom-pom trim in place, and I've added stitching throughout a lot of the album, to be honest. Quite a few pages have got some stitching on, some stitch details as well. You'll see that later better close up in the flip through that's at the end of this video. Okay, so I'm thinking about whether I can add these woolen mittens, and that's purely because there are mittens on the mood board. But in the end I decided I really can't fit them onto my front cover. I haven't started putting my photos in yet, but my book is complete and I'm thinking about if I want a closure on there. So I'm thinking that I might create a sleeve that I can then tie at the side, and I really like this stripy paper that was in the kit, the December kit. So I've just chopped off like about a 3-inch portion of the pink strip, so I've got dark pink and light pink as one piece, and I'm going to tie it around with some ribbon, but I'm going to leave that for now and do it later because I'm worried that my book will be much fatter once I've added all my photos, and then I'll have to remake my sleeve. I've made that mistake before. So I'm going to leave that for now and come back to it later. Okay, so I am going to start embellishing my album. I'm not going to do all of it on camera because otherwise it will literally be here all day. The video would be way too long. I think it's a bit too long already. But mini books do take a lot more work than layouts. So, okay, I've just used the pocket punch board by We Are Memory Keepers to create another little pocket. So this is really in keeping with the journaling bits that we had that I'm basically using to make this album. But I needed another pocket to put a whole bunch of photos of my decorations around my house. So I've made it from vellum, and I used I used that punch board to make it. It's the first time I've used it, sorry. So I had to look at some YouTube tutorials to get it right, and I need to experiment with it a bit more, but it could just create these really super cute little pockets, and I love pockets, so that seemed like a good investment to me. It took like 6 weeks to arrive, so I'd forgotten I'd ordered it, to be honest. Yeah, so I just created this vellum pocket, and that's going to be on the inside cover. I have all of my photos that are going to go in that pocket of the ornaments and decorations around my house. So I really love setting my house up for Christmas, and this year just made everything feel a bit more special because this year is a bit dull and boring, and making the house look beautiful, full of glitter and sparkly things, made everyone very happy. So yeah, I'm just going to be sad to take them down actually in a couple of days time, but yeah. So anyway, I thought I would document those. I made a wreath for the first time this year, and that is going to take pride of place on the front of that pocket there. And inside the pocket will be the rest of the photos, but the wreath is on the front. I particularly like the photo of the wreath because it's not my whole front door, but the top half of my front door with the wreath at the top. I've added a star sticker to that. It's a chipboard sticker, and the number 5, and that's because we live at number 5. So that is how that's working. Okay, so here I am with my photos for the inside. I've taken a long piece of vellum and I've stuck the photos at regular intervals along the vellum, and then I've folded them into a concertina, and I've added photos on both sides, but on the inside on the right I've left a blank piece of white card for journaling. I've also, when I put the photos into the pocket, I couldn't get them out again, so I had to put a little label or something on them that I could reach in and grab. So I actually found 2 flower die cuts that were a mirror image of each other in one of the ephemera packs. So I stuck them back to back, and then I inserted them between 2 photos, and that way I'm able to just pull up my little photo booklet there really easily. Okay, so moving on to another page in, I'm trying to add in a transparency, or what's acetate? That's what I was trying to say. I was going to say acrylic, but that's not right. An acetate label. So I'm just adding in little details throughout the book. I'm flitting backwards and forward. That's generally why I don't do too much embellishment of my mini albums on camera, because I really do, I'll do like one page at the beginning, and then I'll go to the back page, then I'll go to a middle page, then I'll go back to the beginning. So I really do it in a bit of a mishmash order. But anyway, so this one that I'm doing now, I have got a load of photos that's going to go in that pocket that says hooray, and I've got, let's have a look, how many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3 little inserts which are going to be photos. So I've got 5 photos in total. One of them has, I'm just going to add journaling space on the back of. And then I also have a little card that says our activity schedule. And this is quite good. I quite enjoyed filling that in with things that say movies, Lego, puzzles, baking, crafting, walks. So that's literally it. That's what we've done all month. And boy, have we done a lot of those things. So it was quite nice to have that little list, a nice little prompt to fill in. Normally I wouldn't write in lists, I would normally write in paragraphs, but having this little tiny card with our activity schedule written gave me that prompt to fill that in. Okay, so I've just added a few tabs at the top of those little photos so I can easily pull them out of the pocket. Okay, that's enough of me embellishing on camera, and I'm going to go now and finish it off, and then I'm going to come back here and show you a flip through, which I'm going to switch to right now. Okay, so here is the completed book. I have a little charm here made out of one of the snowflakes, and just got some flowers on the back. I made a sleeve to hold the book together, and that just undoes and comes off entirely, so that I can just move out of the way. And then the front cover, our happy place, home, the little silver bow, and the pom-pom trim, that's tag shape. And then inside here I have my wreath photo for my front door, and then inside this little vellum envelope I have all of the other photos of our decorations for this year. So they're there, and some journaling there, and I have them on there as well. So that's how that little booklet works. I had to put this flower in, so I had something to pull in order to get it out of the envelope. There we go. Okay, and then one of our family photos from this year. Just some journaling on this page here, and this little ticket in here as well. And then in here we have our activity schedule. I've stitched around there. And then I have us doing all of those activities. So watching movies, going for walks, building Lego, doing puzzles, and a bit of journaling on the back there as well. So next page is these little books in here. I've got ready for some crafting time stitched around there. And that's just some journaling on there about some of the activities we did. And then here they are, as you can see, in the little booklets. There we go. They just go in this pocket. Then we move on to these types of pockets. And inside I have a little tag book. So I really love these acetate tags that were in one of the ephemera sets. I've got that one there that's like an overlay, but then on here I've stuck my photos on here. So I've got one there, one on the back, and then another. This one has stars on it, it's so cute, and more decorations, and that little tab there that says winter, and some journaling on the back. It just all lives in there. Then highlights of 2020. So it was nice to write about some of the things that were good about 2020 instead of bad. And then in this envelope I have another tag. So it's a large tag that I made out of pattern paper, just plain on the back. And then in here I have, I made a pocket on there with vellum, which I stitched around. And then I have 2 photos and journaling on the back. Oh, I'm going to go back in. And then we have this. This is just like a filler card, really, keeping cozy. I love this image here. That was in one of the ephemera packs. And then on this page, I've just embellished the pocket here. This was already printed, and then I've added all of these little bits here as well. And then I've got this giant tag that was part of the bits, the journaling bits. So I've just added a photo and some ephemera down here. There was already some details on here, and I've handwritten my journaling to explain what's going on in this photo. He knocked over the Christmas tree, just a little Christmas tree, but even so. And then this on the back here is about embracing the chaos that has been this year, and finding joy in the simple things at home. It's definitely our happy place, so that's the name of the album. Okay, so that is my finished book. Thank you for watching. Okay, so here's a few close-up images of the book itself, the front cover and some of the inside pages as well. I hope you like it and can see a bit more of the detail in these close-ups. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price. You get 15% discount off all add-on kits, and you get exclusive subscriber cut files, so lots of reasons to subscribe. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this album today. Yeah, that was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.